Good morning. Today we are here in New York to announce a historic arrest across a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise that envelops both the NBA and La Casa Nostra. And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery across a multi-year investigation.
The unthinkable has happened. The NBA, a $10 billion empire built on legacy, fame, and loyalty, has just come crashing down. FBI raids, Hall of Famers in handcuffs, 50 players under arrest, and a scandal so massive that it threatens to erase everything we thought we knew about basketball. This isn't a bad season or a PR nightmare. This is the total collapse of the league. It's October 23rd, 2025. In the early hours of the morning, FBI agents swarm homes across 11 states. From Los Angeles to New York, they hit mansions, locker rooms, and training facilities all at once. Their targets? Some of the biggest names in basketball, Hall of Famers, current coaches, and active players, all accused of participating in the largest sports gambling and corruption ring in American history. The operation was given a chilling name, Nothing But Net. And when the indictments were unsealed, the details were beyond belief.
What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing.
We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in rigged bets, illegal poker games, and insider information being sold like stocks on Wall Street. Prosecutors described it as an organized crime network that had its claws deep inside the NBA. 4 mafia families, Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese, all working together to use basketball as a front for their money laundering operations. FBI officials confirmed what no one wanted to believe. Coaches and players weren't just playing the game, they were fixing it. Leaking injury reports, manipulating player minutes, and even faking injuries to swing the odds. The fans thought they were watching fair competition, but behind the scenes, the outcome was already decided before the ball ever left the ref's hands. The names alone sent shockwaves through the sports world. Chauncey Billups, head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, arrested for allegedly feeding insider information about his team's tanking plans. Terry Rozier, Miami Heat guard, accused of sharing confidential details about when star players would sit out. Damon Jones, a former champion and assistant coach, charged with selling injury info on LeBron James and Anthony Davis to underground betting circles. These weren't rumors. These were court documents, FBI evidence, and wiretaps recorded over a year-long federal investigation.
But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today, former current NBA players and coaches.
What the FBI uncovered wasn't a few rogue bets or one bad actor. It was a coordinated criminal enterprise that stretched from locker rooms to Las Vegas penthouses. Hidden poker games were run out of luxury suites. Wealthy guests were lured in by the chance to play cards with NBA stars, only to find the deck stacked against them, literally. Custom-built tables with X-ray cameras, marked cards, even contact lenses that could read hidden codes. Every hand, every shuffle, every smile, all part of a con designed to drain millions from unsuspecting victims. And when those victims didn't pay up, that's when the mafia stepped in. The FBI says players' debts were enforced through threats, robbery, and in some cases, violence. One victim was allegedly held at gunpoint and forced to hand over $500,000 in jewelry. What was supposed to be a high-stakes poker night became a nightmare run by criminals with badges of fame. But the question that haunted everyone was simple. How could this go unnoticed for so long? How could the NBA, a league obsessed with image and control, miss something this massive? The answer is chilling. They didn't miss it. They ignored it. This wasn't the first time gambling had scarred the league. Just a year earlier, Toronto's Jonte Porter was banned for life after rigging prop bets by faking injuries. His case was supposed to be a wake-up call. Instead, it was a warning the league failed to hear. Now, the same cracks that started with one player have opened into a sinkhole swallowing the entire NBA. The fallout was instant. Sponsors vanished overnight. Ticket sales for teams like Portland and Miami dropped by double digits. Jerseys linked to arrested players were pulled from stores. Fanatics reported a 15% crash in sales for the month of October alone. And when the media asked Commissioner Adam Silver what went wrong, his silence spoke volumes. For years, the NBA partnered with betting companies like DraftKings and FanDuel, profiting off the same gambling culture that now threatens to destroy it. In just a few years, the league turned fans into bettors and players into targets for manipulation. Now, those billion-dollar deals are in free fall, with stock prices dropping and investors panicking. The same industry that fueled record profits is now dragging the league into the dirt. Federal prosecutors compared the case to the 1919 Black Sox scandal, when baseball players threw the World Series for money. But this is bigger. The NBA wasn't just infiltrated, it was consumed. Dozens of games across multiple seasons were compromised. Some results may never be trusted again. Inside the FBI, agents say the evidence is overwhelming. 3,000 recorded phone calls. Blockchain tracing on crypto wallets used to hide betting profits. Wire transfers routed through offshore accounts. It was a machine of corruption, running quietly in the background while fans argued about MVP races and playoff odds. The Players' Union has called for patience, insisting everyone deserves a fair trial. But public opinion is unforgiving. Fans are calling it the death of basketball. Hashtags like NBA in chaos and fixes in are trending worldwide. Commentators are openly questioning whether the league can even survive. And behind closed doors, insiders are whispering that more arrests could still come. Adam Silver has suspended all games indefinitely while the investigation continues. His once proud reputation as the league's moral compass is now under fire. He pushed for legalized betting, arguing it would make the sport more transparent. Instead, it created a pipeline for corruption so deep that even he can't contain it. Sources say he's preparing to testify before Congress, facing questions about how a league so rich and powerful lost control of its integrity. And that brings us to the most haunting part of all. This scandal didn't just expose a few bad actors. It revealed a truth fans never wanted to face, that when billions of dollars are at stake, loyalty, honor, and love for the game can all be bought. For every dunk, every buzzer beater, every championship parade, there's now a question that can't be erased. Was it real or was it rigged? Some say basketball will recover. Others say it's finished, that the trust between players and fans has been permanently broken. One thing is certain, this moment will define the future of professional sports forever. 50 players arrested, a billion-dollar league frozen, and a fan base left in disbelief. The NBA, once the global symbol of competition and pride, now stands as a warning of what happens when the game itself becomes the gamble. If you're still watching, drop NBA in chaos in the comments. Let's see who made it to the end.
I'm the real Mike. That's the fake Mike over there. Time to go to war. You feel me?
Mikey Williams, the name that once lit up every high school gym in America, the viral sensation, the prodigy who was supposed to be the next LeBron James.
I was young. I was probably in like 7th grade, 8th grade. So all I knew was basketball. Like business didn't really exist to me yet. You feel me? So it all just happened really fast.
But now that same name echoes through a courtroom instead of an arena. Moments after hearing his fate, Mikey collapsed, body shaking, eyes full of disbelief. The cameras didn't see a superstar. They saw a broken 21-year-old whose dream had just been crushed.
Faith, God, I'm stuck in a tough position, so I wasn't gonna get myself out of that. Neither was my lawyers or anybody else.
So what happened to the kid who had it all? Let's break it down. From the start, Mikey Williams looked unstoppable. Born into an athletic family, his dad, a high school basketball star, his mom, a college softball standout, success was in his DNA. He picked up a basketball at 4 years old and never let it go.
I got into basketball I probably started playing when I was like 4. My pops was a coach, so I was already around basketball and stuff all the time.
By middle school, a single viral dunk video changed his life overnight. Millions watched the 7th grader flying through the air like a grown man. The internet crowned him the next big thing. Even LeBron noticed. But Mikey wasn't just talented, he was marketable. His father saw the future before anyone else. At 13, Mikey signed a 6-figure NIL deal. He became the youngest athlete in America to cash in on his own name. Soon came Puma, then NBA 2K, then Drake. Before he ever touched a college court, Mikey Williams was living like an NBA star. The fame came fast, too fast. Every dunk, every post, every camera flash built a fantasy. And for a while, it worked. At San Ysidro High, he averaged almost 30 points a game as a freshman. He even dropped 77 points in one night, a performance that turned him into a legend. But with every follower, the pressure grew. The spotlight was no longer warm, it was blinding. Therefore, the story that once looked like a fairy tale began to twist. Behind the filters and sponsorships, Mikey was slipping, and no one, not even his father, saw what was coming next. March 27th, 2023, the night that ended everything. It started with an argument outside Mikey's $1.2 million home, a group of uninvited guests, a fight. Then, according to reports, gunshots rang out, bullets striking a Tesla as it sped away. No one was injured, but the damage was done. Police arrived within hours. The headlines hit even faster. Mikey Williams arrested on 6 felony charges, then 9. Assault with a semi-automatic firearm, criminal threats, firing at an occupied vehicle. Each count carried years behind bars. Overnight, the kid everyone wanted to be became the cautionary tale no one wanted to believe. Fans compared him to Ja Morant. Reporters called it the Morant effect. Social media turned the prodigy into a punchline. And Memphis, the school that promised him a future, suspended him before he ever played a minute.
I couldn't get into Memphis, so I had to transfer anyways. But I felt like the coach, Coach Dawkins, played a big part in that. It's in the Big 12, you feel me? So the conference played a big part in that.
The collapse wasn't just public, it was personal. Puma dropped him. His $3.6 million NIL valuation disappeared. He was isolated, anxious, and angry. The same hands that once held trophies were now gripping a courtroom table. In interviews, Mikey later said, "Faith, God. I was stuck in a tough position. Nobody could get me out of that. That's how bad it got."
God, I'm stuck in a tough position, so I wasn't gonna get myself out of that. Neither was my lawyers or anybody else. It was really God. I just had to stay down because it didn't really hit me at first. You feel me? It hit me like a little minute into my little situation. It hit me, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when God really was tapping on my shoulder, like, you feel me?
He stopped showing up online, deactivated his Instagram for months, barely left home. The gyms were empty. The lights were gone. The kid who used to own social media couldn't even look at his phone.
I would have, but actually Kennedy, he told us not to deactivate our Instagrams, all that, yeah. Because I don't be liking to be on there, for real.
You be deactivating yours?
Yeah, I didn't deactivate them a few times for like months.
Therefore, when he finally walked into court and heard his charges, reality hit. Not fame, not hype, just silence. Because in that moment, Mikey Williams realized the dream was gone. But this story doesn't end in prison. It ends with a second chance. November 30th, 2023, Mikey reached a plea deal. He pled guilty to 1 charge, making criminal threats. The other 8 felonies were dismissed. The court ordered anger management, therapy, gun safety classes, and community service. If he completed everything, the felony would drop to a misdemeanor. And he did it, every course, every hour. He even went beyond what the court required, working with youth programs, mentoring kids who looked up to him. 8 months later, the judge kept her word. No jail time, 1 year probation, freedom. When the verdict came down, Mikey's knees buckled. He tried to stand, but couldn't. Tears filled his eyes as the courtroom erupted in quiet relief. It wasn't victory, it was survival. Therefore, when he returned to basketball, everything felt different. He joined UCF, the University of Central Florida, played limited minutes, averaged 5 points a game, nothing like his high school days. But he was thankful. He said, "Even when I play 7 minutes, it's a blessing. I'm out here playing again. That's what matters."
Where
For
things
sure,
are
like
now.
I'm grateful, like it's stuff like this. Like I have a game where I play 5 minutes, 7 minutes. I know I should be playing more. You feel me? It'd be tough, it'd be challenging. End of the day though, I'm like, bro, I'm out here playing. Like it'll make you shed a tear. Like that's the biggest blessing. You feel me?
Then came 2025. Mikey transferred again, this time to Sacramento State, with Mike Bibby as head coach and Shaquille O'Neal helping lead the program. A fresh start, a clean slate, and maybe a comeback. Because now, Mikey isn't chasing fame. He's chasing peace. He's chasing faith. And every time he steps on the court, it's a reminder. He made it through something most people wouldn't survive. He says, whatever it is you want to do, keep at it. You're going to get rewarded.
But whatever it is that you want to do, just keep at it. You gonna get rewarded, you know what I'm saying? But nah, for the most part, I just be happy for him, man.
That's not the cocky teenager who went viral at 13. That's a man who's learned what losing everything really feels like. Mikey Williams went from global sensation to inmate number, then back to underdog. His story is a warning, but also a miracle. Because sometimes falling apart is what makes you whole again. He may never reach the NBA, but he's finally found something bigger, redemption. If you're still watching, drop "Stay Strong Mikey" in the comments. And remember, talent might make you famous, but character is what keeps you standing when the lights go out.